All right, hello. Sorry. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? It's Pick Central, daily gambling show brought to you by the Barstool Sportsbook. It's got Barstool exclusive picks and parlays from people like Big Cat, Brandon Walker, El Prez, and other personalities who follow or fade. You also have daily odds boost, including Marty and Megan's exclusive parlays available tonight. You got an exclusive parlay tonight? GPS, yes. Good players score. Live in-game bets. Move the line plus teasers, and you've got Parlay Plus to have those fun bets within games or across sports for Parlay Plus. It's easy to navigate and use. What was that noise? Somebody say anything?
It was my cat.
Oh. Megan's here. Hi, Megan. You've got data and content to keep you informed, easy and secure registration, and more ways to deposit and withdraw. Download today, create an account, and if you do that, $1,000 new player bonus. If your first bet loses, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Please state verbatim at the end of each ad. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, there you go.
And I'm Ron Burgundy.
I'm Ron Burgundy. Hey, how's everybody doing?
I got 2 stats.
You got stats?
Yeah,
I hope your stats better than Smitty's stats.
Yeah, I got 2 stats.
First of all, let me say hello to everybody. Hello, Big F.
Brandon, hello. I did notice somehow your name slipped above Dave's there. Don't think I didn't catch that.
Maybe
I also noticed when they do the ad read on the rundown, there's a name that's not mentioned.
What?
Huh?
What'd you say?
There's a certain ad read that's similar to that one that they do on the rundown. That there's one out of the
Somebody's
3
being
names.
an asshole because my name is on that ad.
Huh.
Top row, is that my name?
Your name's on there, but I know that's the Ebo edition.
Well, Ebo's a good producer.
He's a great producer.
I think they give them the PDF version over there, and I take it into Word. And
Yeah, okay.
as a sportsbook guy here, I try to dress it up a little bit.
Hello, Megan making money.
Hey, Brandon.
Are you sick?
Yeah, I've been sick the last 2 days.
Is that why you weren't here?
No, I was traveling back from Arizona.
Oh, that's true. You were. Did you enjoy your time out there?
Yeah, besides watching that Bengals game, it was pretty great. It was a little colder than I expected, so make sure you bring a jacket.
But the thing about being an LSU fan that pretends to be a Bengals fan because they have
I'm
two
not
of your
pretending.
players.
I'm not pretending.
The thing about being an LSU fan who pretends to be a Bengals fan because they have 2 players, it doesn't really hurt. You love it when they win, but it doesn't really hurt you that bad when they lose.
Yeah, no, I just really would have liked to win some money. There was certain people
that's
there
fair.
that were kept egging me and Mr. Making Money on, so we had quite a bit.
Are you saying because Big Ev was so big on the Bengals, that's why you went heavy on the Bengals?
No, I won't call out anybody. Jack McCarthy, just kept egging us on, being like Chiefs minus 14.5, Chiefs minus 24.5. Just wasn't.
I'm concerned about you. Your voice doesn't sound good.
I've been resting it. Didn't talk to my kids all day yesterday. I was writing notes to them. Well, not to the little one, but my son was reading them off to her. I've really been trying to, get this thing back right.
All right, and now we turn to Martin Archibald Mush. Hello, Marty.
How we doing?
Congratulations, Marty.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations for what?
I'd love to see the chat today.
I bet the chat's going through it. You know what?
Can we having some problems together.
How long is your video?
It's a minute.
Can we just play Marty's video? In case anybody's in the chat who hasn't seen it or isn't aware of what's going on.
Make sure you're sitting down.
Make sure, yeah, okay. So, what's going on with this TV?
I don't know. It's making me
room's having
hungry.
some issues.
This room's, the clock doesn't work. That TV, I've got a screensaver. I'm looking at some.
At least you know the date.
I know the date. It's February.
Is that a nice piece of French toast?
It looks like French toast, but it also looks like biscuits. Over here, I got a nice burger and fries. Then I've got the coast of what I'm going to call Ireland because it's got big cliffs. That's like a mountain lake. That's a glacier. And there's
a carnival ride.
That's a carnival ride. Okay. All right. Well,
French toast looks fucking amazing, though.
All right. There's certain foods that I rarely eat, and every time I eat them, in my mind, I'm like, why don't you eat this all the time? And French toast. Have you ever in your life eaten French toast and been like, this wasn't very good?
Nope.
Never.
It's very easy to make too.
You like it every time you have it, yet you don't have it enough.
That's fair.
Megan, look out! Look out, Megan!
She won't leave me alone. She's been driving me nuts all day.
I love cats. Oh, she's going for the no. I thought she was going for the head, which aren't we all? So do we have that video? Here we go.
It's time. It's February 1st. Your mother, at home. Contract is up at Barstool Sports. It's been a great run. All of my options are laid out here for you, and I wanted to share with you where I'm going to go. Competitive gambling company. I have these 4 choices right here, and I want to thank my loyal fans. It really gets me going. It gets me teary-eyed because you've always put in my replies the applications from McDonald's. And yes, I'd bring back the chicken selects and the snack wrap, but I need to make a decision right now. And as of today, I have made a decision. I'm back at Barstool Sports, baby. Woo!
That's that bird. All right.
That's why my cat wanted to get in here so damn bad. She heard some
Cat,
news.
big fan of Marty Mush.
Huge fan of Marty.
You have re-signed with Barstool.
Yeah, I have.
Congratulations.
I appreciate both of you a lot, and the people in the back, and Megan.
Thanks, man.
No, I appreciate you guys because I just came right back on the show after. I didn't fucking sulk. I just did the show.
Is there anybody here you appreciate more than the others?
I appreciate Brandon a lot. I do. You did. You stuck up for me.
Because you said Megan. Megan hadn't done a goddamn
Well, she's
thing
on
for
the
you.
show. I mean, you guys, a lot of people kind of, this didn't do much with me.
Sure.
You guys let me on. And listen, I'll be honest, I had other options to go places.
I know.
I for sure did, but I like this place. I love this place. I've always been here. I don't want to leave. So it's been, I'm happy to be back. So I appreciate you guys.
So, congratulations to Marty Mush.
Big
Welcome back.
congratulations.
Well, welcome back to Marty Mush. Now, I will say this. You working at McDonald's would have been great, too.
Oh,
I listen, nobody I know loves McDonald's more than you, and I know you would have put your heart and soul into it.
I really would have, man. When I thought about it too a lot, and I was like, if I don't get re-signed, like it would be fun to work there for a little bit.
And I'm not saying doing fries or something, but I think you could manage a McDonald's.
No, I could help the menu. They've gotten complacent. They don't give a fuck anymore.
You bring back the chicken selects.
So if you bring back,
Selects is so good.
I guarantee. Let's get political for a second, me and Big Ev.
Please.
You probably don't vote.
No.
I don't either. If the
find a
president
minute
of the United States came back and was if he was going for it, it was like I will bring back the snack wrap.
Done.
Immediate vote. I'm going to the polls.
I never had the snack wrap. Megan, you ever have a snack wrap?
Yeah, I did. It was pretty good. I would omit the lettuce though.
I did as well.
Yeah, omit the lettuce.
Y'all remember
I think
that?
the selects are better, though.
Y'all remember the McSalad shakers? They were salads in a cup, then you would just shake them. They were good.
Remember, I've never had one.
Yeah,
I think they were
had
like
one
in a
of
blast cup, like a
The
flurry
McRib.
cup.
Yeah. The also, I would just make McRib all the time.
Dude, I used to fuck up McRibs.
I
I used to
never
love
had
them
one.
so much.
Neither.
You never had a McRib?
Maybe it's a southern thing.
You've never had McRib? You love
No,
McDonald's.
I know. I've always been terrified of it.
It was fantastic.
delicious. I mean, it's not meat, and you shouldn't consider it meat.
None of it's meat.
I don't think any of it's
Right.
meat.
So go if you go into it knowing that it's not a delicacy, it's really fucking good.
I know. And
Then
it's amazing.
I don't really eat McDonald's anymore, but when I was eating McDonald's, I'd go through the drive-thru. I'd say I'd like my McRib extra value meal, and this bitch would ask me, "Would you like to add an extra McRib for $1?" Yeah, goddamn right I would.
That's it too. Like they'll have like their soda is unmatched as well. Like
They have the best Coke
good
recipe,
Coke.
right?
yeah, they got extra syrup. They got the best syrup in town.
All I need to do is add Chick-fil-A ice to McDonald's Coke, and it would be like the perfect Coke.
Really, you think Chick-fil-A ice is what does it, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A
I
ice
think
is
so.
incredible.
You know who else has great ice, Megan? Sonic has
Sonic.
great ice.
I was gonna say
They do crushed ice.
How is it
Like
not
the little, like-
universal? How is it
You
just?
can buy.
Sonic and Chick-fil-A almost have the same ice, though,
You
right?
can buy
Yeah, it's very
Chick-fil-A
similar.
ice on Uber Eats.
How is that just
Chick-fil-A
not the
is
universal
worse.
ice?
Yeah, that should be the universal ice because it doesn't like McDonald's ice now. It'll melt in minutes. It'll melt it melts quickly, and then you
Yeah.
just have a big glass.
Yeah, those cubes are awful.
Sonic ice, when it takes forever to melt, but when it does melt, it's delicious.
Did you ever get when you get like a bagel place, they have put Saran wrap around the cup
No.
when you get it delivered? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Did you know you're not supposed to take that off?
Really? Why?
That will, if you keep that on and put it in the fridge or just keep it around, it'll keep the ice cold.
One more thing, Megan, you throw that goddamn cat again. Me and you are gonna throw hands. You hear me?
It doesn't mind.
Don't you throw that fucking cat again in front of me.
I didn't throw her. I gently launched.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know that gently and launched can ever be in the same sentence together. I don't think those
You
work
never
together.
gently launched Tommy onto the couch?
I've thrown Tommy before, but I've never gently launched him. Kids love being thrown. You don't.
do.
They love being thrown.
Just like cats.
Into water, into pillows, wherever.
If there's an adult in the pool, you're getting thrown. They're
Yeah.
throwing all the kids because that's always the funnest thing in the world.
I'm a good thrower. I'm a good kid thrower. I'm not the best, but I'm a good kid thrower.
You're tall enough. You should be able to.
That's
It's
profiling.
tiring.
Yeah, it is. It's more about the arms and the chest.
Can I do my stats?
You're gonna please don't make it a shitty stat like Smitty did yesterday.
Ebo, explain to me what EPA is before I go.
Okay, EPA is short for expected points added. So every situation on the field based off prior results has an expected point value tied to it for the drive. So if you're on like your opponent's 1 yard line, your expected points from that scenario is like 6.5 points. So it's basically like the results of the play, how many points added, how many points do you add by either taking a sack, so like you would lose points, or by picking up a first down.
Okay.
All right.
Chiefs offense is number 1 in EPA per drive. Eagles are number 2.
Mm-hmm.
But difference between them is huge. It's the same as the difference between the Eagles and number 17 Browns. So from
Big
2
gap
to
right
17, it's a big gap. So that's the first stat.
Okay.
So this is easily the biggest challenge Eagles defense will face this year. Who had like the best defense this year? 49ers around there?
Yeah, like probably
for Niners.
49ers, Cowboys, Eagles are all really up, really high.
Who's the one team to score 40 points on the 49ers this year?
Who did score 40 points on the?
I don't know. You tell us, Marty.
The Chiefs. 44 points.
Oh, interesting.
And they had a full team at that point.
Yeah, that is an
Only
interesting
team
stat.
to do that. Those are two stats that I think.
First of all, I'd rather you just do your gut and rat dog and all that shit. But the fact that you brought a stat shows effort, and I like that. I appreciate it. I do love the fact you had no idea how to explain your stat.
That's why I got Ebo.
Yeah, like EPA is one that people kind of have a hard time adopting just because it's like kind of hard to understand conceptually. But like once you walk through it, it's pretty simple. Just basically like how much do you improve your situation every time.
Yeah, I think the EPA is a bunch of lib garbage.
I think every stat is.
Did you see what they did to Springfield? That was not nice.
What?
I don't know, like the Simpsons movie.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They put a bubble over it.
Yeah, that wasn't
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, they put a bubble over it. Simpsons movie gets slept on. It was really fucking good. It was really fucking
It was a great movie.
What about the
Need to rewatch
APA?
it.
Ah, the Acolyte Protection Agency. Yes, yes. All right. I had a long night last night. I went to the game.
So you weren't on the wood.
I wasn't on the wood.
Even close.
So, first of all, I was close.
You were close.
I was one row off the wood. I was like literally, if this is the wood, which is, I was right here. I could see the wood.
You were told you were on the wood.
I wasn't told I was on the wood. I was told I looked at the section. It was row 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would say
The players were row 1 actually then, right? And then you were
there
row
was one.
after?
There was one courtside row above me.
Oh,
Like we were so the seats came all the way down, and we're the last row of seats, and then there's some seats right on the baseline. But we could see over them because we were raised a little bit, so we were technically second row, but like we were looking directly. I was 10 feet from LeBron. He sits on the end of the bench. We were directly perpendicular to the bench. Almost got kicked out for being too nice for talking to LeBron, even though I was being nice.
really?
Yeah. Yeah.
What'd you say?
My guy Jinx was like this. There was a kid beside him who kept trying to get his attention, and Jinx was like, "This kid loves you, LeBron. This kid loves you." And then I said, "LeBron, my kid loves Space Jam too." And the security came over to us and said, "You can't talk to him at all. Can't talk to him."
All because he knows it's a garbage movie.
That's what the theory was, that they knew I was lying.
Yeah, it's a huge
There's
lie.
no way your kid loves
Biggest
Space
lie
Jam.
ever.
Right.
It's an atrocity.
Get the fuck out of
It's
here.
awful.
All right, so NFL football.
The kid was a lot younger than I thought was going to be when I pictured the guy.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Is he the rich one with the tickets, or does he just have a friend?
I
Friend of
think
tickets guy.
he just has access to tickets. I don't know that I.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
I don't know how to explain it or.
Well,
even-
fair enough. There's somehow he's able to obtain these tickets.
He's got it like that.
You're
That's all
sweeping
I'm
this under the rug. You tried to pick up like a 9th show yesterday.
Yeah.
Well,
Slick with it.
What do you mean?
I didn't know what to say when Pat Bev walked over, but I knew I had to say something.
Pat Bev walked over to you?
Yeah, show the
It is
video.
a funny video.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't
show
see
that
that.
too, so Marty can see it.
After the video cut, did you say like, "Oh, like I work with Roan," like just joking?
Yeah, I had to cut it because we did talk a little bit after that. But yeah, they'll just play it in a second. I'll show it. It's only like 6 seconds long.
He's my favorite player. I love
He
him.
didn't play last night. He was in street clothes. Also, why do we call it street clothes?
No.
There's,
Well, you have
there's
house
clothes.
clothes.
You only
Yeah,
say,
house clothes,
but you
and you have
only
street
call them street clothes when athletes are wearing them on the bench.
Well, you want to know why? Because you wouldn't wear those clothes at home. Like they always
Right.
put a fit on them when they're on the
I
bench.
understand, but you
But you never say, like, when I'm going out, I'm not wearing my street clothes.
Marty's not wearing street clothes right now. He's wearing clothes.
Yeah.
But I think it's because we never wear uniforms.
Well, we only
We're not
use
athletes.
we only use street clothes in reference to an athlete sitting there. Here's Pat Bev walking over to our section.
I just,
Hey, Pat, I love your podcast. You didn't get rid of Rome, though.
All right.
Well, I imagine he was like, "Yeah, you're right."
Wait, did you? And then after you talked to him?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
Um,
Hey, good for you.
yeah. We had a good time.
can I ask, did y'all wear jeans in your house just to like watch TV? I'm just curious.
No.
So
Okay,
I
so
think
you
you're a
have
serial killer.
street clothes and you have house clothes. All right,
Oh,
now I'm in house
okay,
clothes.
certainly. But I don't. Why do you call them street clothes?
Because I wouldn't wear them. Would you get in your bed in your clothes
I
that
say
you
you don't
wore
wear
on the
'em in the
street?
house.
Okay, but you're going to work. Yeah, like say you go to work. Why are they not your work clothes? Why call them street
Well,
clothes?
technically-
street clothes is just a weird thing to call them.
Well, I mean, I guess.
I'm
but
probably
I
on the street less time than I'm anywhere else in my day. I'm at home more.
The way my brain sees it is I'm not going to wear my clothes that I wore to work to get back in bed in. So if I have house clothes on, my house is clean, I'll get in bed in my house clothes, but I won't get in bed in my work/street clothes.
When y'all get home at night, do y'all immediately change?
I get naked.
Bras coming off.
Yeah, he's a
as soon as
big
I walk
naked
I'm
in the
dead
door.
serious, Marty. If I'm home, I'm in just underwear. That's it. I'm in boxers, nothing else.
I did FaceTime you.
The second I get home, hoodie off,
all
everything
coming
off.
I
just
respect
boxers,
that
nothing
so much.
else.
I'm in a war.
Maybe basketball shorts. Like at most.
I'm in a war with showering. So I
What?
always, my entire life, always morning, no matter what.
Okay.
Always. But lately, so I still keep that in the morning. I always shower. But then, like, I think about it, you're more dirty throughout the day. We're going on a subway and, like, getting into bed now has grossed me out. So now I'm showering too much.
Just double dip.
Sometimes
Shower.
I'm getting 3 times.
I shower at I shower at night and in the morning. I have for years.
I think
no,
it's
yeah.
a southern thing.
I guess now I just feel like I'm always
Megan-
in the shower.
Megan just thinks every single thing is a subject.
No, I was gonna agree with her that because when I lived in South Carolina, I used to because it's so hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to shower all
Like
the
here,
time.
like a day like today, I'm not gonna break a sweat at all today. Let's just be honest.
No,
Right.
Not once
Sure
today
not.
will
Let's be honest here.
Not once today will I break a sweat.
All right. Tom Brady has retired. Maybe for real.
Oh, he retired?
I'm not buying it.
Oh, yes, he did. He's a fucking.
Not buying it.
He played a year just so he could get divorced.
I'm just not buying it.
That is kind of what happened.
It's literally.
He retired last
don't-
year, and
don't play anymore.
the only thing he accomplished this season by playing was getting a divorce.
Yes, he had the worst year of his life.
If you're gonna divorce, at least have a few more years in you.
Good for
Gonna ruin
Giselle.
your marriage, your personal life.
Yeah. Good for Giselle, yeah.
He literally has an opportunity to walk onto a team that can go to the Super Bowl, and he's going to retire. That's crazy.
He
Agreed.
Now, he's done the impossible, which, before him, you could have a lot of discussions about the GOAT in football, but it's not really arguable that he is the GOAT.
Yeah, easily.
And I don't like him. I never liked him. He played the Patriots. I'm a Dolphins fan. He was in my division. Hated him. Didn't like him. But there's players you don't like and don't respect, and then there's players you don't like and then have to give them their props.
When to both of you was it like no more debate? I have one that clear in my head. I know exactly the moment that I threw in the white flag.
First of all, I think I probably knew beforehand, but the Bucks Super Bowl really.
That's where
I was before that.
I know it probably happened before that, but that absolutely ended every argument.
Brandon, I was going to say the same thing because one, I hate him. I hate him so much.
Me too. I used to.
But I obviously knew before. But I was at the first time I had, I was like, "Fuck, going to another team and winning a Super Bowl is just."
I know what you're going to say.
Insane.
You're going to say 28-3?
The Atlanta one.
Yeah.
I remember literally coming back from school. Like, so I had a bunch of friends that obviously that were Patriots fans, like Massachusetts kids. And I remember getting home from class the next day. And as a joke, I saw a long paper thing of paper towels. And I ripped it off and I went up to the one kid. I just dropped it in front of him. I was like, I surrender. Fight's over. Like,
you threw in the white flag?
I literally, because I was a joke. Because as a Giants fan, even though we got the best of them twice, there's just an inherent like New York, Massachusetts thing. So I always was like, fuck Tom Brady. Even though we beat him, I was like, fuck the Patriots. After that game, I walked in the next day, I saw him, I dropped it, I was like, over.
His career.
He's the GOAT. I will never hate on him ever again. That's it. He's the guy.
His career is amazing because he beat every franchise he ever played in a Super Bowl He beat every franchise he ever played in a Super Bowl except for the New York Giants.
Well, no, the Eagles.
I worded that lawyerly, so you would walk into that trap.
Wait, hold on. Say it. All right, fair enough. Say it again.
He beat every franchise he ever played in a Super Bowl
Besides the Giants.
Oh, I got it.
Because he beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
He did.
Yes, he did. But he never beat the Giants.
That is one thing the Giants can always be proud of.
Eli Manning's kryptonite.
It's literally the first thing.
I'll be fine with that. Kryptonite's my guy.
It's like Yankees 27 World Series. Like when we get into a corner, Tom Brady can't beat us. That's just like
now, I think a bigger deal for the league, for the NFL. First of all, the line's still 1.5, and I don't know how we're going to talk Super Bowl every single day. We don't have Smitty here to provide us stats, but I think he'll be back tomorrow. So still 1.5. I'm sure I'm still heavy Chiefs. I think me and Marty both predict you're going to flip to the Chiefs by the time game starts.
I promise, like on my life, I'm really like the bias hat is not. I swear to God,
you're not locked in.
I know I'm locked in.
You're not.
I think I'm going to bet the Eagles like heavy.
You're locked in?
Like heavy. I'm pretty sure.
Because I'm locked in.
I'm saying legitimately like ball sack bet.
Megan, are you locked in for your side?
I like the Chiefs, but I feel like Eagles first half could be a play.
So you're not locked in.
No, I'm locked in on the Chiefs for sure. I like the Chiefs.
But do you think?
I think Andy Reid and Mahomes can take it.
Do you think, Big Ev, that it has to be like the Eagles have to come out fast and create a lead early instead of, because if it's a close game, Mahomes is going to win. That's just
I mean, I think they can come back. Like other teams have come back against them, maybe not to win, but they're lesser teams. Like we've seen teams, like we've seen like the shitty Broncos get down 27-0 and make it a 27-24 game. Listen, circumstances different. Super Bowl is different than a regular season game. I get it, but I mean, I think what it is I'm trying to put my smart cap on and just think like Super Bowls where I think so many times we get tied into like get caught up in the flash of offense, and you really think about like defenses win championships, and I think that like the running game wins championships, and I think the Eagles have more of that makeup than the Chiefs do.
I just think that the Chiefs.
That's my own. Like, I'm not.
I think
I'm not trying to poo-poo the Chiefs. Like they're like these are the clearly two best teams in the league.
I'm glad you said that because I don't feel like that's coming from other people. Megan, first of all, me and you got to talk this afternoon. Make sure you remember that and text me after so I remember that. Secondly, Smitty's pushing it. Booze is participated in it. A lot of Philadelphia fans. Stephen Che even said it. He's not a Philadelphia fan at all. This idea that the Eagles are just so much more talented across the board, that they're so much better. These teams both went 14-3.
Yeah.
They both did the exact same thing. They were both the number one seed. They both have MVP caliber quarterbacks. They're very similar. Everything about them is two sides of the same coin. You can't separate them very much. But Eagles fans want to come from this unearned place of superiority and say we're just so much more talented than everybody else. And I think it's because they've had such an easy road in the playoffs. They've dominated two teams, but the Chiefs aren't those two teams. And I think this is absolutely the two best teams in the league, and they're looking eye to eye. And Eagles fans want to pretend they're like this.
I don't think they're like leaps. I think there's certain position groups they're a little deeper at. And I think defensive line is one of them. And I think I'm almost basically betting on like the pass rush. That's really what I'm betting on their pass rush. The pass rush is like statistically one of the best in the history of the league. And when you look at like how many guys they have, when it's like Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Hassan Reddick, like they have guys all like they just have a ton of guys. Their linebacker group is solid. They're good in the secondary as well. And like that combo, like good secondary, good pass rush, in these huge Super Bowl games has been incredibly successful.
Yeah.
Time and time again. I just think I'm not going Shea where I'm gonna like adjust the line and like, but I'm gonna bet the Eagles money line pretty heavily. That's where I stand right now.
Do you have maybe like some goggles on since you love the Giants so much, and then I
don't think so.
Because that should mean he should not fucking.
That's what I'm saying. Like he loved the Giants so much, and then the Eagles went out there and swamped them, and then now he's like, well, since the Eagles just absolutely beat my Giants, I'm just going to go with them because they're the more complete.
But I knew the Giants were fool's gold. I said it all year.
So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I knew they weren't like that good. I don't like even betting that. Like when as a Giants fan in the playoffs, like even as a gambler, I'm always going to bet the Giants. I'm not going to bet the Eagles. But no, I really do believe, as much as I've hated on Mahomes, I think people are going to like assume that like these two. But I really don't think I'm being biased here. This is my honest opinion. I think
all right.
I'm going to bet the Eagles.
I have a question.
Please.
You love the Eagles because it's quarterback / pass rush combination, correct?
No, not quarter. No, pass rush, secondary, and run game.
No, you said
like Chiefs are a better quarterback, obviously. The pass rush of the Eagles and their secondary with the run game, their run game.
Okay, so
that's the three major.
I have the best quarterback.
factors.
You agree? I'm a Chief. I have a best quarterback.
Easily.
The Eagles led the league in sacks this year.
Yes, and they're one of the best of all time.
One of the best of all time. Incredible. Marty, who was second in the league in sacks this year?
I don't know.
Maybe ask Ebo.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Fair.
They also have a great pass.
Fair.
Now, the Eagles, a little bit better, but I got Mahomes, plus I have a good pass rush too.
You might have the two best players on the field in Patrick Mahomes and Chris Jones. Chris Jones might be
three best. Travis Kelce is better than
Chris. Yeah, Chris Jones is on another planet this season. Like he has entered into the Aaron Donald tier of defensive linemen, and it's crazy.
But don't you feel that the Chiefs, just because they have Mahomes and their offense is so spectacular, that the Chiefs get no credit?
You don't hear about their defense
ever, because you're just always like, oh, the Chiefs aren't that good of a defense.
And this you know why Chris Jones isn't a bigger star? Because his name is Chris Jones.
It's a terrible name.
Right.
Did he go to a good college?
Like whatever.
Aaron Donald is a much better.
5,000 Chris Jones.
I will say, if Chris Jones went to Bama, everyone would know Chris Jones is, but he went to a little tiny SEC school.
I met Chris Jones the summer before his senior year. So he got discovered. He was a transfer in high school. He transferred to Houston High School, and he was like 6'5", and he was skinny, and he was a 3-star. Mississippi State was his first offer, and for about 10 months we were his only offer, and he was committed to us. And then in his senior year, he blew up, and he became the number 3 player in the country by the end. And that happened in like 6 months.
Wow. And
we held on to him though.
Loyal guy, respect that.
Yeah, other teams tried to throw money and pussy at him, but he was loyal. So let's see. Stephen Che's going to come in, and me and him are going to proceed to have what you guys are going to find to be the dumbest argument in history.
Oh, I'm ready for it. I'm ready to join in.
Stephen Che, I have figured him out finally. He's a dumb guy that knows how to present smart.
Yeah.
He is a fucking idiot who knows how to be smart, who knows how to appear smart. And because he's dumb, it gives him his greatest strength. He doesn't take damage in arguments. I can't win this argument with him. Not because my facts aren't better, not because I am not more prepared, because he just doesn't take damage. He'll just stare right through you when you tell him a great point. So
and he doesn't raise his voice, which I feel like
doesn't raise his voice, and it's infuriating.
So it's so mad.
That is such a smart thing to do.
I'm going to lose the argument.
He keeps his composure better than anybody in the office, I'd say.
Sean Payton is the new head coach of the Denver Broncos. Ebo, did you look this up? Is this on my sheet?
Yep.
All right.
That's a full career breakdown.
All right. Sean Payton is the new coach of the Denver Broncos. Sean Payton is regarded as one of the top 5 coaches in the league. He is regarded as an incredible coach. He is regarded as a franchise changer. I'm holding in front of me the career records of 2 coaches. Sean Payton is 152 and 89.
Wow.
He has 9 playoff appearances. He has 9 playoff wins. He has 1 Super Bowl. The second coach I'm going to mention is a sitting head coach in the league, and he has coached 13 more career games than Sean Payton. Again, Sean Payton 152 and 89. This guy 155 and 97. This guy won 61% of his games. Sean Payton has won 63% of his games. This guy has 11 playoff appearances. He has won 11 playoff games, and he has 1 Super Bowl.
I know it is.
Sean Payton is regarded as one of the best coaches in the world. This guy, Big Ev, tell him who it is.
Mike McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy is regarded as a bum,
An idiot.
an awful coach, holding him back, should be fired.
I love.
They have the exact same record.
They're the same coach. I actually, we were talking about that yesterday with Hubs, and it's like, no, they're the same exact coach, and people suck off Sean Payton.
People suck
I will
off Sean
say,
Payton. Yes.
Mike McCarthy didn't help New Orleans, rebuild after Hurricane Katrina.
And that is-
was
There you go.
huge.
There you
He
go.
gets he gets the bump from being the guy that built. First of all, New Orleans. Forget about
I
Katrina.
was pissed.
Forget about Katrina. What?
What the fuck did he build? He's a coach.
No, she's right. She's right.
No, he won the Super Bowl the year after Katrina, and everyone,
The Saints-
entire city,
the Saints making the NFC
entire city of New Orleans was living in the fucking Superdome. It was a big fucking deal, guys. I'm
Yeah.
just sorry, y'all
There
weren't
were
here.
there were rivers in the street. First of all, why don't you say guys? Only one guy's disagreeing. Secondly, the Saints, not even the Super Bowl, but the Saints making the NFC title game the next year after Katrina, when they had played home games in Baton Rouge, when they had played home games in San Antonio, when half the city had to move out. It was a big fucking deal. But
Thank you, Brandon.
he's still reaping the benefits. And not only that, because if Katrina had never happened and he still builds that, he's still a hero, because the Saints before that were fucking god-awful for 40 years. They were, aside from maybe the Bucs, they were the worst franchise in the history of the league at that point. And the Bucs had already won a Super Bowl, so they had already passed them. Anyway, he gets that credit, and he lives off of it forever. But he won 1 Super Bowl, and he won it with a franchise quarterback, with like a transcendent quarterback, a Hall of Fame guy. Mike McCarthy won 1 Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. They're the same fucking guy.
Yeah.
No, you're not wrong.
How many times did Sean Payton, after the Super Bowl, get to the playoffs as a 1 or 2 seed and blow it?
The only one I will say, which I don't think it changes the point a ton, but just for devil's advocate, just for the sake of talking about it, the one against the Rams, he got like shafted. I don't think that changes much, but just wanted to put it out there just for the sake of argument.
I actually think the Drew Brees' last year, they had the best roster in football. Like, I think they had a Super Bowl roster, and they just
Amazing how
That
fast that
last
roster
game
kind of
with
fell off.
Drew Brees.
Yeah.
it fell off real fast.
What do you think about Sean Payton, Megan?
I don't hate Sean Payton, as I said. Like, I've fought for him after, Katrina. I needed to stay home that day. There was a Mardi Gras parade the same day, and I got absolutely blackout drunk, and I was like, I don't know, in like 10th grade. And
That's not like you.
My parents were like, if the Saints win the Super Bowl, we're going to jump in the pool, and you could stay home from school. And so them and all of their friends jumped in our pool, and I stayed asleep.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
You got blackout drunk and missed a day of school in the 10th grade?
Yeah.
Your,
It's a fun time,
your,
man.
and your parents were cool with that?
No, they had no idea because they were also drinking all day.
Also, I do want to say this. I think the Saints crushed it.
With what?
They got a first and second
Oh,
round.
yeah, that's crazy.
Also-
Like, he was never going to coach for them anyway. That's what a
They got a first and second round pick for a guy that didn't work for them.
that's what I'm saying. Like, without phenomenal job by their GM or whoever like made that move happen.
Until Mike McCarthy gets Kevin James to play him in a movie, we will not poo-poo on Sean Payton.
And wow, because he looks far more like Mike McCarthy than is Sean Payton.
I know he does.
Yeah, he does.
Far more like Mike McCarthy.
He doesn't look, he looks a lot like Mike.
Very much the same build, everything.
Yeah.
Probably just a little shorter. But
This
movies
weekend.
make up for that.
This weekend, the Clash at the Coliseum is back. It returns to L.A. Sunday, February 5th at 5 p.m. Pacific time. What time is that Eastern, Marty?
5. 8.
8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific. More than 20 of NASCAR's best drivers will compete on the quarter-mile track, which has been built in less than 50 days. They did it last year. It was one hell of an event, an exciting shootout there in the LA Coliseum. Kicking off NASCAR's 75th season, this clash features a pre-race concert by Cypress Hill. That's insane. In the membrane.
And Wiz Khalifa.
Insane in the brain. And a race break performance from Wiz Khalifa. I don't know any songs by Wiz Khalifa, but I'm sure he's incredible. You tune into the clash February 5th, 8 p.m. Eastern. That's this Sunday. NASCAR kicks off its season. So Stephen Chase should be coming in momentarily. I did get some more. Do you want to know how the famous people that were there last night? Chris Rock was there. Michael B. Jordan was there.
Pete Davidson
was there. Michael B. Jordan's the best-looking human being I've ever seen in my life.
Handsome fella,
He's
very handsome.
He's probably one of the hottest people.
I've never seen anything like it. He's a beautiful man.
Missing one
Everything about him is just like chiseled to perfection.
Michael
Like,
J.
from
Fox was
feet-
there.
Missing another guy.
Yeah,
A really good guy.
Daniel Jones was there.
yep, sure was.
Next to he was sitting next
Next
to
to Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller, yeah.
They did these things on the screen where they would show famous people there. They never showed Ben Stiller. They never showed Pete Davidson.
Were you mad?
Ben Stiller goes almost like every Knicks game.
Yeah.
He goes to a lot.
Yeah.
Were you mad that they showed Tommy Smokes on the Celebrity Row and not you?
Yeah, that must have been tough.
Did Tommy tell you that he did that? They did that.
I mean, it's on
it happened.
Twitter.
You must have got up for a drink.
That didn't happen.
You must have got up to go to the bathroom.
Can
Or?
we please pull that up? Because, I mean, I saw it on Twitter today.
I think it was fake though. I think he edited that.
No.
Now I got it. Okay.
No,
okay.
for sure not.
Let's just say, let's just judge. All right. Do I remember that?
Great.
That pop.
Fuck. Damn. Okay.
I love that Megan told. It's
also-
like it's fake, guys.
I also
Please,
also
Amari,
love-
I don't want people to think you're stupid.
I also love that Tommy, when they got there, he made him get there early enough to make sure he had an empty row of seats so he could film that. He had the foresight to say, all right, later we're going to fake this.
Hey, it was really well done, the video.
It really was. It really
Love the
was.
way you're like, ah.
This too, like this when he puts his fingers up. It's like, I
You
guess.
get one of these little
Yeah.
three.
Evo, you never stand like that. Why are you standing like
I
that?
don't know. My back.
Why is he standing like that?
I stand like
I've been
that
having
all
this
the
issue
time.
lately. I don't know. I just sit down too much. And my back is shot.
Megan,
I'm
you've
only
had
26.
children. You can stand like that.
That's what I'm saying.
He can't stand
Looks
like
he's-
that.
Looks like he's been holding kids on his hips all day.
Right? Anyway, so I just preface this argument about Stephen Shea. Stephen Shea doesn't like LeBron James, but he doesn't dislike him for reasons that y'all think. His reasoning is because he says LeBron James' highlight tape doesn't measure up to where LeBron James really is. He says when you watch LeBron James highlights, they're not that good compared to other NBA players. He thinks of modern NBA players, he ranks LeBron's top 10 best plays ever on YouTube as the 7th best, behind Dwayne Wade, behind Kobe Bryant, behind T-Mac, behind a bunch of guys, and it's the dumbest goddamn thing I've ever heard in my life.
I have a take in my head that I'm not sure is going to come out well.
Okay.
I'm going to try it. I think it's because LeBron is just nothing like anybody else, and he didn't have to do these crazy moves through the legs. He was just so dominant. It looked like this is an alien. I've never seen
Because
it.
physically, he imposes his will, and he's 6'8", 275.
Yeah.
But the problem with that theory is, all these other players were also remarkably physically gifted. Vince Carter is a physical fucking freak.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan is a physical fucking freak. Kobe Bryant is a freak. You shouldn't be 6'6" and be able to do what Kobe Bryant did. So all these guys are like that. But to put him behind, can you bring that blog up? It looks like it's already up. I want to know all the people he said have better highlight tapes than LeBron James. First of all, he missed a couple because if you're talking top 5 best highlights on YouTube ever, LeBron's in it, Michael's in it, Larry and Magic are both in it, and then you can worry about, because I don't think, he's got There he is.
See, he's
behind Derrick Rose.
If it's purely just top 10, I would like to see the videos. However, someone I think a year or two ago posted like a 3-4 minute LeBron career highlight tape, and it is like just jaw dropping.
It's the utmost. And just stop right there, and then we'll scroll some more. I said,
I think people just get numbed and just jamming the ball down your throat.
Let me tell you what he said. I said, Stephen Shea, he's got so many highlights. There's the buzzer beaters against Chicago and Orlando and all these things. And then there's just the jaw-dropping stuff, the dunk on Damon Jones, the dunk on Jason Terry,
block to win the
chase down block. And then I said, the alley-oop where he jumped over Lucas. And he said, well, that wasn't that impressive. He said all he did was go up and one-handed dunk an alley-oop. Lucas just happened to be there. Yeah, he jumped over him.
That's
a grown man.
Insane.
If you win the argument,
nuts.
you should make Stephen Shea stay in a gym all day until he can do that exact
So you
dunk.
can jump over somebody John Lucas size?
Yeah.
It's just that the amount of disrespect there is for LeBron James.
It's absurd. And
It's
working in
like-
this company is terrible because, well, first of all, it's awesome. But working in this company that hates LeBron James because it follows Dave's lead, I guess. LeBron James is one of the absolute greatest athletes any of us will ever see, and we need to treasure the last couple of years.
I understand why he is corny as
He's corny as fuck.
but just if you and I understand you can hate him, but just like that when you really do watch him, how old is he right now?
38 years old.
38,
You're 20.
and he's doing fucking insane.
Averaging the same
things.
numbers he was when he's like 20.
He's averaging 38 and 8. Yeah.
Insane.
So-
All
I remember.
I didn't know this argument was the whole
Hold on.
top 10 because I heard. Okay, go ahead.
No, I was telling Megan to hold on. Okay, first of all, I'll get to everybody.
If
Megan, you go.
You got.
I just remember in 6th grade, everyone wearing the LeBron Livestrong bracelets. Everyone was so obsessed with them coming out of college. That was all I was going to say. It's pointless.
Live strong.
You're absolutely right. That was pointless. Ebo.
I think if it's the top 10 plays all time of the player all time, it's LeBron, not close. But if you put like Tracy McGrady's #1 play of all time against I think that Tracy McGrady, the 13 points in 30 seconds or whatever, is on par with like the chase down block in terms of awesome NBA.
That's
highlights.
fine, and that's great, and that's awesome.
But he doesn't have 10 as good as LeBron.
That's awesome. If you're
No shot.
That's stretching it to call that a play.
correct.
It's like
a highlight.
a sequence.
And if you're doing sequences, I would counter with LeBron scoring the last 25 points of a playoff game.
fair.
But anyway, so he has Tracy McGrady ahead of him. First of all, Dwayne Wade ahead of him is madness. That's crazy talk. That's fucking crazy talk. All right, continue. So he's got T-Mac ahead of him. He's got Michael ahead of him. Fine. You put Michael ahead of him. I don't care. Kobe ahead of him, stupid too. No. Yes, it is. I don't know who said that.
Ari is a big Kobe guy.
I don't care. Kobe's a great all-time player, an incredible player. He does not have better highlights than LeBron.
You watched that Phoenix Suns game where
Y'all are
Kobe,
doing sequences.
dude, Kobe. Don't even get me started.
Y'all are
on
doing
Kobe.
sequences.
You can't even measure Kobe. Like it's intangibles. Him and MJ have the intangibles.
No,
that
they
killer,
don't. They
that
don't.
killer
You're lying.
instinct.
Okay, that's a lie.
Unlike
That's
LeBron.
no, that's a lie because LeBron.
That's not a lie.
That is a lie.
That's not a lie.
Stop talking.
like I was just
Hold on.
watching-
Hold on.
I was watching a documentary on
LeBron James has more playoff buzzer beaters than Kobe and MJ combined. That's a fact. That is an objective, verifiable, check it now fact. LeBron James has just as much close it out energy as anybody in the league. Kobe Bryant had the worst Game 7 performance of a playoff superstar ever. He went 6 of 24 in the 2010 finals, but his team won, so he's hailed as a hero.
And he was the assist that gave to
so
Meta
yay.
World Peace.
Yay. Okay.
Everyone says he doesn't pass. He passed, and they won the fucking championship because of it.
LeBron James could miss his next 5,000 shots and still have a higher field goal percentage than Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was an incredible player, top 10 all-time player. He ain't LeBron James, so let's not pretend he is.
Intangibles.
It's a lie. That's a lie. That's a made-up thing.
You know that's not a lie,
It
especially
is.
in football.
It's a
You know
made-up,
that. Nope.
It's a made-up thing.
Nope. Killer instinct. Nope.
It's a LeBron. I just told you LeBron James has more playoff buzzer beaters than MJ and Kobe combined.
Intangibles.
That's why it's easy to argue the word intangibles because you don't have to prove it. You don't have to say, oh, here's proof. You just say, no, he had that intangible thing.
I'm not arguing.
And he doesn't have better highlights than LeBron. Okay. You know what the highlight of my life is? It's Omaha
Meeting your
Steaks.
beautiful wife.
No, absolutely not. It's eating Omaha Steaks. Oh, Kyle Bauer's back in the building. Good to have him back from his COVID vacation. I love Omaha Steaks. I love juicy, tender steaks. I love everything about them. The quality, convenience, and everything you need to deliver an unforgettable holiday experience. That's what Omaha Steaks has. Now, somebody back there could update the ad copy, but that's okay. I had Omaha Steaks for the holidays. I got a box in, and I had some delicious ribeyes, and they were fantastic. You kick off 2023 with more flavor and more savings. Omaha Steaks makes it easy to stock up on all your favorites. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code PICKS at checkout. Get $30 off your order. Save up to 55% on select Omaha Steaks customer favorites. Buy more and save more when you stock up on these mouth-watering items, from perfectly aged tender steaks to juicy burgers, decadent desserts, and classic comfort meals. Everybody's guaranteed perfect. Visit omahasteaks.com today. Enter code PICKS at checkout for $30 off your order. There's a reason why Omaha Steaks has been the leader of gourmet steaks and food since 1917. Visit omahasteaks.com. Use promo code PICKS at checkout to get that extra $30 off your order. A minimum order might be required. Marty, Big Ev, Megan, y'all are going to have to forgive me because I got to talk to this motherfucker for the next 9 minutes. You don't like LeBron James because you don't think his highlights measure up to other players.
I've never really liked LeBron James, but I do think his highlights are great. But when we're talking about like the best ever, no, I don't think he's top 5. I don't think he's top 6. I think he's actually going to be going down once Steph Curry's career finalizes and John Morant's career finalizes.
You're talking about a 6'8", 275 guy that has some of the most iconic dunks we've seen over the last 20 years. Mm-hmm. Some of the best. He's one of the best passers we've ever seen. Yep. He has numerous playoff buzzer beaters over Chicago and the.
This is generous.
No, it's not. You want me to list? I give you 4 right now.
That's numerous.
Yeah, that is. It's more than Kobe Bryant had.
Really?
It is.
Really?
That is the truth. First of all, I said 4. He has. First of all, he scored the last 25 points in the playoff game against the Pistons. He has a buzzer beater over the Wizards in the playoffs. He has a buzzer beater to beat the Magic in the playoffs. He has a buzzer beater to beat the Bulls in the Eastern Conference Finals. He has a buzzer beater to beat the Pacers in the playoffs. That's 5, and I haven't even thought about it very much. He has those highlights. Those exist. They're out there,
and they're in his top 10. Did you do your homework and did you watch the 2 that I asked you to?
I've been busy.
Oh, okay.
I watch it late. First of all, you told me to watch it at 11:45.
Nope.
Yes, you did.
Nope.
You think Dwayne Wade?
Yeah, he does.
Great, awesome player, phenomenal player, has a better career highlight reel than LeBron James.
Better top 10. Yeah, I don't think it's that close. I rated him. I rated him in this list. I gave LeBron an 8.3.
I don't care about your stupid numbers that you just came up with off the top of your head.
7th overall. I put Dwayne Wade at an 8.8.
The chase down block, the dunks, the passes, everything.
I mean, we're talking about 10 plays for each of these guys.
I know what the top 10.
Okay, because you seem like you're listing 100 things.
See?
Being like, yeah, he's a bet. You're being like Larry Bird. Like Larry Bird had made some great plays, some no-look passes.
Well, you don't want to get in that pool because you'll lose that one too. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, their career highlights have to be in any top 10 ever. Larry Bird has way better career highlight tape than Dwayne Wade, Tracy McGrady, Kobe Bryant, all those guys. Just pure highlights, it's unbelievable. Now continue.
He doesn't.
See?
He doesn't.
He's gonna win.
I mean, he just says he doesn't. He says I rated them. I rated them. I don't know what to tell you.
I watch a
the
ton
numbers
of these.
are there. 8.8 to 8.2.
You know who's like kind of close that you wouldn't even think of? Hakeem Olajuwon. As far as top 10
I feel like
plays,
I think of
like
him.
highlights.
I feel like
awesome.
I would think of
Base down blocks, everything you're looking for. He's not above LeBron. He's not. He's just not.
The athleticism difference is just so big.
Thank you for saying Hakeem Olajuwon's not above LeBron James.
I'm saying as far as top 10 plays.
Tell me why Dwayne Wade's top 10 is superior to LeBron's top 10.
He's got it. He's just got I think visually it's going to look cooler if it's a smaller guy jumping over bigger guys. And you're talking about LeBron's dunk over John Lucas where his leg kicks him. It was a one-handed dunk that wasn't even that clean.
He jumped over the man.
Dwayne Wade jumped through Anderson Varejao, over Kendrick Perkins. I think
the fact that you're poo-pooing the dunk over John Lucas is crazy.
It's not that great. You got to watch it again, man. It's really not, and I will die on that.
He jumped over a dude who was like 6 foot tall.
Yeah,
not even.
Is he not 6 foot?
I think he's like 5'11", maybe.
But
You
I
just
mean,
corrected 6 foot to 5'11"?
And he didn't jump
It's
over
a big
him.
difference, I will say.
He's catching an alley-oop, and John Lucas actually gets in the way. Like, his foot kicks him. LeBron's up super high, and it's an awesome play. But for that to be like, oh, you should – like, that's if you were with me in Gambling Cave a few weeks ago, John Moran had that
Unreal.
career highlight.
Unreal.
That's one where you stand up at your seat and go, like, goodness gracious.
In your opinion, what's LeBron's best highlight? Like
The
number
chase
one.
down block, for sure. The chase, and that's an iconic play, and that'll live in NBA history, and that'll be in
He's also
finals
done that
reels.
300 times in his career.
Yeah, and the significance of the finals,
yeah.
and also the distance he covered and how he got it at the apex and pinned it. All that stuff certainly adds to it.
I have a question about your methodology. Are you watching? Are you? And this is serious because I think the announcers can sometimes carry the highlight, like the Derrick Rose dunk on Dragic. It gets a big boost because of the announcer. Do you watch these on mute, or do you let the announcer kind of sway
that's
you?
a really
Great
good
question.
Fair.
You should have to watch
That's
it
a
on
fair
mute.
question. I would say that it was watched on very low volume. I was actually listening, so I lost my headphones recently, so I have to listen to my podcast. So I was listening to the Pat Bev pod with Roan as I was rewatching these. But yeah, the dunk on Dragic is good, but yeah, he has a lot of plays in his top 10 that I think for a guy who's 6'3" is more impressive and stand up out of your seat than LeBron, who's bigger than everybody else.
See, that's not fair. The man's 6'8",
I think
275.
it's more impressive.
It's more
He's
impressive.
6'8",
to do-
275. He's this freak. He's this fucking gigantic beast of a man who also happened to be maybe the fastest player in the fucking league at one point. Like he's just like, that's what makes it so impressive.
Don't you think there's a part of you that watches that and is like, oh yeah, the biggest, strongest guy should be
No,
doing that?
it's like, I want to see this big, strong motherfucker do this.
You don't want to see a point guard rise up over other people and just hammer it on them?
I want to see, like, LeBron James, the dunk over Tim Duncan.
Yeah, that's a great play.
Yeah.
I love what he says.
It is, and that's on
it
his
is.
list.
It's a great play. It is.
I think that might have been like 9 or 10. Awesome play.
That would be 1 or 2 for anybody else. You know that, right?
Are we talking about like any other player in the league? Probably, but any other guy on this list? No. Like Trace McGrady's like number 8 play is as good as LeBron's like top 3.
That's. I will watch. I promise you, I will watch Tracy McGrady when I have time this
Trace
afternoon.
McGrady and Derrick Rose. We agreed Vince Carter. That's just not fair.
Vince
You
Carter
can't
is just.
do things
Vince
that
Carter
nobody
is
else
like.
can do.
Vince Carter is just a highlight freak. Like he is probably the greatest of all time. And when it comes to give me 10 highlights to make me
Yes,
jump out of my
exactly.
chair,
Yep.
Vince was built for it.
Yeah, and it's including
But-
the Olympic one, which is kind of cheating. But yes.
I just don't. T-Mac and Dwayne Wade. No.
I mean, T-Mac's number 1 is him scoring whatever it was, 13 or 14 points in the final like 30 seconds, which
Okay.
is
Again, I
incredible.
told them my counter to that is 25 points in the last 4 minutes of a playoff game.
to send it into overtime.
No, the last one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
No, that didn't
Also, the game winner in overtime.
that didn't make LeBron James top 10.
What does that tell you?
I mean, he had plays in there that I didn't think should have been worthy. And I think like who did he dunk on over the Nets a few years ago when he was with the Lakers? That was an awesome play. That didn't make it. And certainly, and he's up there. It's not like he's bad, but I just think that there are 6 guys better than him as far as individual top 10 play list. And I used to watch these all the time.
Steven, you don't hold YouTube rank over other people. I watch YouTube highlights a lot too.
You just said you hadn't watched these.
I've watched them
asked you
before.
to. I
I've watched
asked
them
you to.
before. I haven't watched them in this argument. I haven't watched them recently.
When you show up at school and you don't do your homework, do you get mad at the teacher because you didn't do your homework?
This is good. I like this a lot.
Yeah.
'Cause that's kind of the position you're
I
taking.
think you just got you.
The problem. What did I?
I think we gotta get the picks. I think we gotta get the
Guys,
picks.
Guys, what time is it?
It's 12:54.
What did I say before
that was
before I
fun.
got here? I said I have the right. I'm right here, and he's going to win the argument. He can't be beaten. He's an elite argument
His
guy.
composure is just off the chart.
Yeah, what's your picks?
I like Pitt today plus 8.5. I like Florida plus 5.5. That might be my favorite play of the day. I like Oklahoma minus 3.5, Tulane minus 8.5, and the over in Villanova versus Marquette.
Freshly re-signed Marty
146.
Mush. What do you want?
Kansas was easy yesterday.
Easy.
Oh, there was a.
Easy.
I'm Pip. I also hit my. I'm going for 5 today.
160?
You going for one? Going for no. Yeah, 160 to win 320 today. That's big. Pitt
Penn State +10, Xavier -4, Creighton -13, Florida 5.5, Louisville +2, Marquette -6, Seton Hall +1, Oklahoma -3.5, and LSU +10.
Guys, you can bet on LSU because I can't swallow it.
What's your well, okay. What's your what's your picks?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm on Xavier -3.5. I am on Georgia Tech -1.5. I'm on Pitt +8.5. North Carolina State -9. Okie State +4, and New Mexico +4.5. And I have a boosted parlay coming that is Xavier, Pitt, and Okie State. I don't know. Jack hasn't sent it to me yet, so I'm not sure exactly what the price is on it yet.
What do I got? Warriors -3.5, Jazz -3, and Hawks money line on the road against the Suns. Steven, you're an elite arguer, and you're wrong.
He's really horny, too, I found out yesterday.
Steven Shea is?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Can I give out something? So yesterday on this show, I gave out Pat Connaughton's first basket. He took the first shot yesterday, and he missed a layup.
Oh.
Tonight I have a lean. I'm not going to give it out as a full pick, but something that's interesting. There's a big tip differential between Minnesota and I believe it's Golden State they're playing. Kyle Anderson has taken 3 out of the last 4 games has taken the first shot for the Timberwolves. They're likely going to win the tip tonight. He's +900.
All right.
Trust
I'm
the
betting that. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Steven. Rundown must have run long today, huh?
Is it?
Okay. Yak is up next.